With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, Trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series fires things off for race number 9 here in season number 6. It's all gonna go down here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star 225, 150 laps in the official race distance. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from Trackside as qualifying begins to get underway. Drivers going to lay down some fast times. We've got over 20 cars in the field here tonight. Going to be a barn burner under the lights here at Texas Motor Speedway. We will see the sunset in the background. And I tell you what, speaking of background, why don't we go ahead and get that track information on out of the way. Nice 75-degree night here from Texas Motor Speedway, and that's going to move us right in to your qualifying times. Let's throw them over there to the left-hand side of your screen, fast as always. In his late apex, number 23 Chevy Z01 Camaro, Tom Sinchek. Top of the speed charts. He was quick in happy hour. Can he stay at the top and snatch the Pump It Up Clothing Company Pole Award here tonight? Kyle Rochelle going to move into second. Dakota Camper rounding out your top 3 here in qualifying with just about 2 minutes remaining in qualifying. Driver's going to have to get out there and lay down some fast times pretty quick. Max Vonner fastest in happy hour outside of the top 10 looking in right now. He's going to turn in a time good enough for 13th on his first flying lap. Dalton Tucker, Dakota Wilson, Brent Adams all out there on the track. So as time ticks off of the stopwatch, the music's going to begin to fade and we're going to begin to have a clearer picture of who will roll off inside row number 1 as your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Bowl Award winner so far. Quick time belongs to Tom Sinchek, front of the field, 29.94 is the fast time here in qualifying. Brian Curry going to break into the top 3. Adam Westfield, Brett Adams still yet to turn in their time lap. Dalton Tucker, top 15 with his first scored lap, and man, it's going to get close here. Just about 60 seconds remaining for these drivers trying to lay down a fast time. 20 on the boards. We've still got 3 yet to turn in a time lap. Jesse Thornick, Sean Huffstutler, and Adam Westfield yet to put in a qualifying time, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do so here with just a handful of seconds remaining. It looks like that's going to pretty much do it. Dalton Tucker gonna rocket to the top, but fall just short from Tom Sinchek. He's going to run a 29.99, so very close, but not quite there. Tom Sinchek looks to walk away with the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award, and he's going to do so as qualifying now comes to a close. Tom Sinchek will lead him to the green flag here tonight, so we're going to step away, head trackside for just a brief moment, getting ready to run down your starting lineup right after your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And as the fighters finish the flyover, we'll watch these drivers jump into their machines and try to tackle the track tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. The Lone, oh my goodness, the Lone Star 225 ready to kick off here tonight. Tell you what, let's jump a little closer to the track. There we go. And here we go. Drivers going to begin to roll off the starting grid. And as those bells begin to ring in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Lone Star 225, snatching the pole award here tonight, starting from inside row number 1, the 23 late Apex Chevy ZL1 Camaro of Tom Sinchek. Just to his outside, last week's race winner at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 24 of Dalton Tucker. Kyle Rochelle and Brian Curry going to roll off row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, Brett Adams and Dakota Camper, Daniel Miglin and Aaron Kralik going to roll off in row 4. Inside row number 5, the 13 of Cedric Hunter. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight for the Lone Star 225, the 99 of Bryce Cobbler. Ryan Ferraro and Dakota Moniz back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight, Thomas Walter and Matt Jorgensen. Max Bonner, Kerry Trubu back in row number 8. Row number 9, Dakota Wilson, followed by that 43 of Brendan Thomas. Michael Johnson and Isaac Mock will round out your top 20. Rest of the field shakes down a little something like this with Shane Huffstutler, Adam Westfield, and Jesse Thornick finishing out the starting grid, and drivers finishing out their warm-up lap, and we're going to get ready to drop the hammer. So as the music fades, we'll listen to the engines come to life into the restart zone, and on the gas, green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. On the gas, and away we go just like that. Sinchek leads them down into turn number 1. Everybody still stacked up side by side for your top 8 positions. Bryce Cobbler trying to make a move. He's going to fall back into that 10th position now. Oh, close quarters off of turn number 2 for the first time, almost into the outside wall. Very close there for Brett Adams. Sinchek already stepping away here on lap number 1 off of turn number 4. He's got a 2/10 of a second advantage and put a lap lead in his back pocket. He's going to begin to try to lead the most laps here tonight. Get a clean sweep on the points. Already with the Pumped Up Clothing Company Pole Award here, Tom Sinchek looking to lead the first handful of laps. We've got hot and heavy action back outside of your top 10 that you can see back here. Aaron Kralik, Ryan Ferraro, Bryce Cobbler, all nose to tail. Just off in front of them, hot and heavy battle between Hunter, Camper, Kralik, Adams, all going at it, all jockeying for positions. And everybody's still pretty close, still within striking distance, about 3 seconds. And separating your top 15, so a lot of drivers here up in the mix. Still very early. Lap number 3 out of the 150. We'll see how they shake out for the rest of the night. Dalton Tucker all over the rear deck lid of Sinchek off a turn 4 will cross the line. Lap number 4 now underway to almost 3 wide in the back. Let's take a look at this action, race fans. We've got some hot and heavy action right here coming right at you out of turn number 2, right back down the back stretch. We go. Race leaders fighting for position, second, third, fourth, fighting for positions as well. On the outside, keeping it high, wide, enhancing that number 3 of Dakota Camper with a good run on the high side. Ryan Ferraro trying to stay right there with him. There you can see that 12 machine look to the inside. He's going to get the nose chopped off right there. The 3 going to drop to the bottom, and that's going to bring Brett Adams up and around that 12 of Ferraro, and now Ferraro going to be stuck in a 3 wide situation with Max Bonner to the high side. They'll sort things out. The 57 of Thomas Walter down to the bottom of the racetrack. That North Star Designs AWS sponsored Toyota Camry looking good here tonight. Some fast times. And a bolt that 57 and 51 in happy hour. They're going to try to back it up with some race pace here. Fauner up 4 positions from where he qualified. So slowly but surely, he's moving to the front. Speaking of front, we'll jump back up here. Battle for that second, third, fourth position. There you can see the 25 of Brian Curry looking to try to get around Tom Sinchek now, who's relinquished the lead. Dalton Tucker last time around going to lead that lap. He'll lead lap number 6 as well. Tucker with 2 laps in his back pocket now. Hot and heavy action at the front, and caution flag going to fly. Looks like Dakota Wilson may have been involved in this one. The 52 Chevy Z01 Camaro with some trouble there. You can see him a little off pace. And do we got that one, boys? They're giving us the thumbs up. So let's go back. Let's see what happened here with this 52. Oh, and there you can see already trouble in front of him. Issues and worries for a handful of drivers here. We'll try to back it up, see if we can't get a little bit better of a look at that one. I think Adam Westfield may have possibly been involved. Oh my gosh. 17 involved. The 43 gets caught up to 52, catches a piece of it. Handful of drivers involved in our first caution of the evening. And that will put the field back behind the pace car. Everybody chasing after that. Team Watson Racing setup 24 of Dalton Tucker. Snatched the race win last week at Indy. Can he follow it up and build that momentum as we head into the holiday season we've got tonight in 2 more weeks before a short Thanksgiving break for these iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series drivers, moving in close to that halfway point as well. 7 championship races here in season number 6. We are 9 races into the regular season. We've only got ourselves 6 more races after tonight before we get a clear picture of the playoffs. So, I mean, who wants those race wins? You know what I mean? A win doesn't necessarily guarantee you in. Not the way that the season's gone so far here. A lot of different race winners. Only one driver to victory lane multiple times, and that has been Cedric Hunter. Hunter back in that 5th position. Had a little rough go in qualifying. Qualified 9th. But now in that 5th position, up 4 spots from where he qualified. He's the only driver in the field with multiple wins. He's the only driver in the field, or the only driver in season number 6, we should say, that has visited victory lane multiple times. Can Dalton Tucker join that list? Can he be the first to go back-to-back visits to victory lane? He's going to have a long climb ahead of him now after making an early pit stop. He's going to be well back in the field, back outside of your top 15. So a tall task now in hand for Tucker. The caution flag flies here on lap number 7, bringing the field to a crawl here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star 225. Driver's going to lay down some fast times. And can the Hello Kitty machine get back? Can he make it a 3 or a 3rd visit to victory lane? He's been fast every time he shows up at the track. And you can see that pink Hello Kitty Ford Mustang lurking in the distance. He's on his way towards the front. Can he get there, and can he stay there? Well, who you got? Who's your picks? It's early here tonight. We're going to see if we can't get some fan input, really, some fan interaction here. Let's see who you got out there, who you think's going to walk away with the race win. I think we're going to have a new race winner. I think we're going to see a fresh face in victory lane here tonight. I'm not going to tell you who I got going to victory lane, but I think he's going to make a clean move to get it there at the end of tonight's race. We got to get there first into the Geico restart zone. We roll in on the gas. Away we go. Green flag flies once again as Simchek up through the gears on the loud pedal, and he'll separate himself from the field heading down into turn number 1. Kyle Rochelle going to easily take that 2nd position. There you can see Brian Curry in the Old Bay sponsored Ford Mustang. He's going to slide down to the bottom of the racetrack. Top 4, 5, 6, all single file off of turn number 2. Field getting single file behind him. Let's jump back here. Battle on the racetrack. Kerry Trebu looking down to the inside of that 57 of Thomas Walter. Walter going to give the position, then drop right down to the bottom of the racetrack. Try to stop the freight train that's coming behind him. Good look here tonight for Isaac Mock as well. There you can see Mock in that 16 machine. He's up 8 positions from where he qualified, so he's definitely on his way to the front here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Single file action all over the racetrack. Let's go outside of your top 15. Take a look at this Max Motorsports number 51 of Max Bonner trying to get his way back up through the field. mentioned him. He came to pit road early. We said he had a long crawl or a long climb to get back to the front. He started outside of your top 15, now into the 13th position, looking to the inside, trying to take that position away from Isaac Mock. The Team Watson Racing setup 24. Fast on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll open up the door, and Dakota Mooney's will follow through it. Oh, close to completing that pass was Moniz, and he's going to have the momentum heading down into turn number 1 as we watch these drivers going at it. Oh, the 12 of Ryan Ferraro threading the needle off of turn 2. He'll snatch that position away from Mock for the moment. Isaac looking to the bottom, not going to be able to keep the pace, and he's going to drop that position almost into the outside wall once again. Is that 05 of Brett Adams? He's been flirting with that outside wall. We're going to keep our eyes focused in right here. Hot and heavy battle as Matt Jorgensen stuck to the bottom of the racetrack trying to get the speed off the corner. He's going to have a big slide and a big wiggle, and that's going to open up the door for Tucker to now take a spot in the top 10. So very quick, already up 7 positions since the drop of the green flag on the latest restart. These guys better watch it. I'm telling you, they better have those rear view cameras, rear view mirrors working, because Dalton Tucker, he's flying through this field. Sinchek not able to go anywhere out front. He's got Kyle Rochelle looking to his outside as Sinchek keeps it at the bottom of the racetrack, and there goes Rochelle. Can he get it? No, not at the line. Can he do it? No. Tom Sinchek gonna lead that lap officially at the line. So close, but so far away. The 21 of Kyle Rochelle, the late Apex driver, trying to pass the teammate, not quite able to get up and around and keep the momentum rolling for him. High side gonna pan out for him this time around, and he'll slide in front of Sinchek heading into turn 3. Back across the stripe, lap number 18 now goes on the board. Your top 4 single file, and as we say that, the inside lane going to open up, and Daniel Nicklin going to drop down to the bottom. Yet another Team Watson Racing setup driver up inside of your top 10, and here comes Dalton Tucker already back to 5th, and he is on his way back to the front. He wants more. He don't want to just hang out and sit here. Already looking to the inside of Kerry Trebu. With 8-lap pressured tires, I don't know that the tires are that big of a difference right now. I'm going to take a look at the stopwatch next time around and see if we can't have a little look at some of these speeds here. Top 3 separated just a little bit from 4th and 5th. Tucker and Trebu going at it for 4th and 5th on the racetrack. That's going to slow the roll of Tucker for just a moment here. Let's see what the times are crossing the line. Race leader Kyle Rochelle going to run a 30.77. Dalton Tucker with a 30.85, so a little bit slower that time around. So the fresh tires, indeed, not as important. Whoa, big slide there for Trebu off of turn number 2. Big slide for Kerry Trebu off of turn number 2. He's got himself some trouble now. You heat up those rear tires, and I promise you the car does not like it one bit. Let's take a look inside the office. The man putting in work, wide-eyed and white knuckle inside of that number 7 machine. Great camera view here at the man putting in work inside the office. We'll take a look back now as the Hello Kitty number 13 looks to the inside of the racetrack. Cedric Hunter looking to take the position away as Trebu continues his backward slide all the way outside of the top 10 now. He's going to try to stop the bleeding here and keep himself in that. You can hear him have to blip the throttle right there. The agcompressor.com number 7 of Kerry Trebu starting to have a little bit of trouble. So as Trebu begins to struggle with some handling, Max Fonner breaking his way inside of the top 10. There you can see the 51 Toyota Camry, the Max The Max Motorsports number 51 making some moves and almost into the outside wall again is Brett Adams. And I'm telling you, I think there's a magnet off of turn number 4 because we've seen that this 05 right here. We've seen him almost into that outside wall off of turn number 4 about 5 to 6 separate occasions. Sliding up the racetrack, slide job here at Texas. And Cedric Hunter gonna take the position away. Ford versus Ford, and Hunter moves towards the front. Daniel Miglin, Max Fonner going at it, 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Aaron Kralik has a little bit of a moment. Kralik with a moment. He's going to drop deep in the field now. Big time slide through the infield. They'll send him the landscaping bill on that one. The Tide 0-1 of Aaron Kralik going to have to recuperate, reevaluate, reassess, and reset here in Texas. Meanwhile, front of the field starting to look a little different. We told you he was on his way and he wasn't going to stop at a top 5. Last week's race winner, Dalton Tucker, hounding that late apex, number 21 of Kyle Rochelle all over his rear deck lid. Now going to look to the inside, heading down into turn 3. The 24 moves to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll pull side by side. Side by side through 3 and 4, but the advantage goes to the fresh tires at the bottom. The 24 of Dalton Tucker going to take the race lead. Rochelle doing all he can to stay with him here. Draft going to be big here for Rochelle. Can these top 2 slowly step away from Tom Sinchek? That's a driver that if you can shake and get rid of, you won't have to worry about later on here tonight. Max Fonner now going to look to the inside of the 25, and he's going to grab that position. Fonner, biggest mover of the night, up 11 positions already early here tonight as we work lap number 27 of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. You're watching the Lone Star 225. Let's head back in the field. Let's go back here. Let's see if we can't watch this battle unfold right here. There you can see Brett Adams. He was running inside of the top 5. Now he is falling like a rock. The Ford Mustang driver having some issues as the AWS 57 machine of Thomas Walter, the North Star Designs driver, going to take the position away and move a little closer to the top 10. Once again, Walter on the doorstep right there. Got to pick up the pace about 1 second back there. You can see that 5. Hendricks.com Chevy Z01 Camaro of Dakota Moniz. Right at about 1 second in front of Walter. Can he run him down? Can he catch up? A little bit of gaps beginning to develop back outside of your top 15, and we'll head back inside of your top 10 battle right here. Kemper and Hunter going at it through 1 and 2. Who's got the advantage off of turn 2? High side will prevail on this one. The momentum is gonna pay off for that number 3 Unchained. The Chevy Z01 Camaro of Camper. He's going to keep the spot for now, but the Hello Kitty machine all over him, man. I'm telling you, Cedric Hunter, just one of the drivers that unloads fast no matter where he is. And I tell you what, let's go on board here. Let's take a look. Let's take a ride for the man behind that number 13 Hello Kitty machine, the driver out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, making the trip all the way down south. He's going to show him what it's about here. Hunter moving into 6th position. He'll take that spot away from Dakota Camper. And now Hunter has got his eyes fixed on the front of the field. We'll jump back outside of the car once again. Watch these drivers lay down some fast times. Kerry Trebu trying to stop the bleeding. Still up 7 positions from where he qualified, but was sliding through the field pretty rapidly. He's going to stop the bleeding and stay in that 7th position. Dakota Moniz right behind him now. Well, Dalton Tucker, and I'm telling you, he is checking out right now. Let's move to the front of the field. Let's go up here with your race leader. There he is. There he is. Right there. Let's keep it right here for a second, fellas. Dalton Tucker out front, showing the way. Almost a 1 second advantage. This is the biggest race lead all night. Tom Sinchek right there sitting in second. But how about Max Fonner, man? Big props to this man. He's been running fast week in, week out, searching for a way to victory lane this season, and he's been all over it. He's been right there, but has had some unfortunate circumstances kind of keep him out of victory lane. Looks like Adam Westfield has some more troubles. The 17 gone up and involved in our first incident here tonight. He's going to have some more trouble, and he's going to be well off the pace now, falling back through the running order, falling all the way back now to 17th. Tough break here. Tough run so far for Westfield. Crazy good battle right here for the second position as they head down the backstretch and into turn number 3. We'll take a little look as these drivers trying to sort out who's going to stay where and who's going to run where. Still looking at trying to get back to Dalton Tucker here. Last time we were on pit road was back at lap number 8. So a very long green flag run here for these drivers. And we may be on the cusp of seeing some green flag pit stops. Keep in mind, only about 3 drivers came to pit lane under that caution, so a lot of guys in this field still have to come down to get some more fuel. I would expect to see these drivers to pit lane here in about another 10 laps or so is what we're hearing on the radio. 10 laps of fuel remaining for some of these drivers at the front. We've talked him up. We've talked about him. It's the man in pink, the Hello Kitty, number 13 of Cedric Hunter. Let's take a look. Oh, Sinchek has a big moment off of 2. Big moment off of 2 for the late apex, number 23 of Sinchek. He's going to give up that second position. But there you can see lurking in the background, getting ready to knock on the doorsteps here. There's that fast Ford Mustang of Cedric Hunter, the Hello Kitty man, making his way to the front. 4th position now, up 5 spots from where he qualified. Cedric Hunter with some good pace underneath the hood of that Ford. One of the fastest drivers on the track last time around. A 31.79 turned in. Your race leader turning a 32.06, so Hunter faster than your race leader right now, but he's got to overcome quite a bit of ground, about a 1.5 seconds separating 1st to 4th right now. And you know, I'm curious when these guys are going to come to pit road, man. Sitting in the catbird seat, if you will, is the man out front, and the man sitting in second. Dalton Tucker, Max Fonner both came down pit road under our first and only caution of the evening. They topped off with fuel and got 4 tires. Only 8 laps into tonight's race, so 31 lap old tires out there leading the way, showing the way. And when we do see the green flag pit stops, yeah, they have 8 laps of buffer to use right now in their back pocket, those top 2. But how long do you stay out? You're at the end of the life on those tires. And the guys that come down pit road first, they're going to have quite an advantage with those 4 fresh Goodyear tires. We'll have to wait to see how it all unfolds. Lap number 40 now goes on the board, knocking on the door of about 1/3 of the way through tonight's race. Drivers getting after it left and right. Daniel Miglin going to begin that round of green flag pit stops. The number 4 Team Watson Racing setup driver going to head to pit lane. We'll jump around the track just a little bit from time to time, trying to bring you all of the close battles that we can. We got a battle going on here as Kyle Rochelle brings the 21 down to pit lane. Pit road police are out in force. Got to make sure you don't get popped speeding. And how about the run there for Sinchek, man? He's gonna make some moves And keep Fonner looking in the rear view mirror and up and around, and there he goes. Sinchek moves back to second as Cedric Hunter begins to close in. And as these drivers were battling with each other, that allowed Dalton Tucker a little bit of breathing room. The gap to your race leader now back above that half-second mark. It was just above 1 second, but these drivers in the field fast here tonight, trying to track down your race leader, who's trying to visit victory lane for the second time in 2 weeks. Can Dalton Tucker become your first driver to go back to back here in season number 6 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series, right here live from Texas? Taking a look at a battle inside of your top 10, we'll move back in the field here, right around that 8th position. There you can see Kerry Trebu in the 7 machine, running in the 7th position. Dakota Moniz sporting that Hendrick Cars.com paint made famous by Kyle Larson. Let's not beat around the bush here. Kyle Larson absolutely dominating in that 5 and with that Hendricks.com paint scheme, but trying to get to victory lane here tonight is Dakota Moniz. If he can crack into the top 3, I think he's got the pace. Running a much different line than his fellow competitors. He's been running that about middle way in the track here, and it's not just because of the 99. I mean, he's been running that line lap after lap, and just as I say that, he ventures down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make a pass, trying to make a move. Can he get the job done? Not yet. Meanwhile, back at the front, Tom Sinchek has reeled in your race leader. We got a battle for the top spot here. Lap number 46 underway. Knocking on the door of a third of the way through tonight's Lone Star 225. Hot and heavy action at the front. Big wiggle on the front end. You can see the nose of the car take off just a little bit on Sinchek as he's trying to track down the race lead. Getting on it, getting after it, looking for the front once again is your pole sitter. Walking away with the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award a short while ago. Inside of that late apex, number 23, Tom Sinchek led the first handful of laps. He's looking to get back to the point here. Much older tires on that 23, but he's making them work, running that, middle lane. And it's not quite the middle lane. I mean, it's more to the low-high lane? The high-low lane? It's one heck of a line, I'm going to tell you that. You almost get to pinch the driver on the inside down so they're not able to fully use the exit, but somehow finding the pace, finding the grip in those old tires. Tom Sinchek going to make the move, make his way back to the point, and he will lead him back across the line. Big wiggle there by Sinchek. And a turn 4 is your top 3. They have stepped out, they have stepped away, and they have built over a 1.5 second advantage over Max Fonner, who's running in that 4th spot. Let's take a look here at Fonner as he works his way down the backstretch back to turn number 3. Only the 25 Ford Mustang of Brian Curry within striking distance. Curry has a 2.5 second advantage over Dakota Camper back in 6th. So your top 5 beginning to walk away from the rest of the field. Sinchek enjoys a 0.2 of a second advantage over Dalton Tucker, snatching back that race lead. Cedric Hunter right there. Let's go back to the point, back to your top 3 as they continue this heavy battle at the front of the field. Who's going to lead the most laps here tonight? Who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? All 3 of these drivers have visited victory lane this season. Sinchek and Tucker looking for their second wins. Hunter in third looking for his third. We'll see if any of these three can get back and visit victory lane and have us a little bit of a talk and post-race interviews. My man, my pick, he's still out there on the track, still running well. We're just going to say he's inside of the top 10 and leave it at that. We'll see if anybody out there in TV land is brave enough to give us your picks for tonight's race here in the Lone Star 225. Who you got? Who you watching out there on track tonight? And while you're here, while you're at it, if we haven't mentioned it already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all of the great racing action that they provide week in, week out, each and every Thursday night as Sinchek goes way up the track into the outside wall. And that's going to spell some trouble as we've got drivers to pit road. Ryan Ferraro and Jesse Thordick going to bring their machines to the attention of their pit crews. And how about that mistake made from Sinchek, Hunter, and Tucker? Capitalized, but Cedric Hunter gonna make the move and grab the top spot for the first time here tonight. New race leader at the front inside of that Hello Kitty number 13 machine. Cedric Hunter showing the way. But as we were saying, if you haven't already here tonight, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all of the great racing content they provide week in, week out. Here in season number 6 on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big shout out to all of the drivers, all of the teams, and every one of the sponsors here with the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. So while you're here, while you're at it, go ahead and do it. You know you want to join us in that push to 3K. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And look at this, looky here, looky here. Rochelle came to pit road 15 laps ago. And here is your race leaders coming close to putting him one lap down. The number 4 of Daniel Miglin, the Team Watson Racing setup driver, going to get himself back onto the lead lap. So a good run right here with those fresh tires as Miglin gets himself back onto the lead lap, gives himself a good fighting chance, and that will put Ryan Ferraro, I apologize, that will put Ferraro one lap down, listed in the lucky dog position. And we got a mass exodus here to pit lane. Sinchek, Fonner, Camper, Trebu, all off track and all down pit road. Cedric Hunter, Dalton Tucker, Brian Curry, your top 3 all going to stay out on the track. When will they hit pit lane? I don't know when they're going to come to pit lane, but right now, not the time, not the place. They're going to stay out on the racetrack, continue these fast laps here tonight. Lap number 57 now going to go on the board. Hunter yet to make a single pit stop here tonight. Dalton Tucker sitting in second. He's made a pit stop under our first and only caution of the evening, coming out on lap number 7. We've been green flag racing ever since, 50 laps in the books, and we're going to lay down a handful more before your race leader, Cedric Hunter, heads to pit lane. Dakota Moniz, Brett Adams, and Aaron Kralik all to pit road this latest time around. A lot of different varying strategies playing out here from Texas Motor Speedway early here tonight. We're going to put down close to half of this race here now. Cedric Hunter with a big slide off of 4. Big slide off of 4 for your race leader. Big slide off of 4 for your race leader moments ago. He's able to keep it under him and able to keep Dalton Tucker and Pay close, running second position here for Tucker. And he does have a little bit more fuel. He does have a little bit more rubber than the man in front. So how long will Tucker stay out Will he join Cedric Hunter when he comes to pit lane, or will he try to extend this a little bit further, possibly be eyeballing a one-stop race here tonight? I don't know. I mean, we've seen some fuel mileage races in the past, but turning a 150 lap race into a one-stopper, that's going to be a tall task and a tall order to ask. He's going to need at least 15 laps more here. I don't know that he's got it, but through this long stretched out green flag pit stop cycle, we've got a lot of good drivers, a lot of fast drivers off of the lead lap. Only 8 drivers now remaining on the lead lap. Cedric Hunter, Dalton Tucker, Brian Curry, Bryce Cobbler, Thomas Walter, Matthew Johnson, Kyle Rochelle, and Daniel Miglin round out the field on the lead lap still. Only Kyle Rochelle and Daniel Miglin have made their pit stops already here on the lead lap. Cedric Hunter, Dalton Tucker, everybody in front of these two guys, they're all going to have to hit pit lane eventually here coming up. There's Isaac Mock. Mock going to move to the outside, trying to get... Oh my goodness, had a cough there. We do apologize for that. We thought we had the mic muted in time, but apparently not the case. But Isaac Mockton, you can see him go flying by, some fresh tires on his machine, and here you go, coming to pit road is Cedric Hunter. That's going to hand the lead right back to the 24 of Dalton Tucker. Only 4 race leaders here tonight. Dalton Tucker, Cedric Hunter, Kyle Rochelle, and Tom Sinchek. The only drivers that lead a lap here tonight, so there have been some passes and some battles, and it looks like Dalton Tucker may have had a little bit of connection issues right there. The magic man at the front of the field. Now you see him, now you don't. There he goes once again as Tom Sinchek sliding into the picture. Oh, that's going to get close off of 2. Pushing up the racetrack with those older tires is the 24. Now the 9 going to move to the high side and grab himself one of his laps back. Thompson check now going to check back in. 2 drivers on the lead lap. We've got 6 drivers on the lead lap as Dalton Tucker continues his long run. And now the pace really being shown here. Last time around, race leader Dalton Tucker turning in a 32:41. Kyle Rochelle, first driver on the pit lane with those fresh tires, a 31:59. So almost a full second faster. Still even 25 laps into the run, and Dalton Tucker, he's seen enough. He's seen enough of the stopwatch, and the crew chief going to call him to pit lane. Dalton Tucker going to give up the top spot. And for the first time here tonight inside of the 99, Bryce Cobbler going to take the top spot and lead a handful of laps. Good strategy here. I'm not sure if it's going to pan out here. Very long green flag run for Cobbler to keep his machine out a handful of more laps. I think he's going to give up a lot of time. The measuring stick on this will be that 24 of Dalton Tucker, just how far he falls through the field, and he is already back on the track and getting up to speed, but he is listed a 1 lap down now outside of your top 10, sitting in 13th. So just like that, we told you he was going to be giving up a ton of time late in the run. And there it is. It's showing up right here at the front of the field. Bryce Cobbler continues to stay out. Nope, he's going to head to pit road this time around. Kyle Rochelle about 13 seconds back. There you can see the late apex, number 21 of Kyle Rochelle. Nobody around. He's got 5.3 seconds over Daniel Miglin. Rochelle going to cross the line. Not be listed as your race leader just yet. He's going to take the race lead now going down into turn number 1. And man, look, right there, I'm telling you, he came to pit road about 15 laps before anybody else did. And look at what it has done for his night and his race here tonight. Kyle Rochelle now showing the way by almost 6 seconds. The undercut is real. The undercut is alive here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Thinking about our good friends, good buddies here, part of the Turn 3 Racing Network group down there at the dirt track at Charlotte. I want to give a big shout out to everybody down there that made the trip to the World Finals. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Hope to run into you here over the course of the weekend, but nonetheless, we've got to finish things up here at Texas Motor Speedway. You're watching the Lone Star 225. And we're going to go back here. Let's check in on a handful of guys here. Daniel Miglin going to go to the top of the speedway. He's going to lose positions here to Tom Sinchek as well as to Max Fonner. Sinchek and Fonner now back into the podium positions. And they are running about a half a second faster than your race leaders of the time. Will go away for Rochelle, but can he keep it there at the front until we see him hit pit road once again? He came down to pit road 40 laps into tonight's race. If he keeps that theme, he's only about 9 laps away from hitting pit road again. And I mean, judging by what we've seen on the undercut during this first round of green flag pit stops, may not be a bad idea. Looking for a way a little further inside of your top 5, the 01 Tide Machine. The Chevy Z01 Camaro going to run clean through 1 and 2. Take the position away from Miglin. Now Aaron Kralik looking to step away, looking to track down Max Fonner and put his Chevy Z01 Camaro inside of the top 3 and make it a all-Chevy podium here tonight. Only one driver inside of your top 5 not sporting that Chevy bow tie on the front, and that's the Max Fonner Machine, the 51, the Max Motorsports driver, getting it done here at Texas. Looking at the running order and looking around the track, it looks like that Team Watson Racing driver, the 4 of Daniel Miglin, he's starting to suffer just a little bit. He's starting to falter and fall through the field. The number 4 right there, there you see him giving up a handful of positions, was running second, now all the way back to 6th. He's dropped 4 spots in the past 4 laps here. And he's going to have some fast drivers closing in behind him. Dalton Tucker, Ryan Ferraro, 7th and 8th on the speedway. 1.5 seconds back, but it is closing and closing fast. Oh, we got trouble. Caution. Caution flag going to fly right here at the halfway point. Oh, no trouble for Thornick. Trouble for the 14 Ford Mustang. Then you can see that chromed out machine, and he's going to have himself some splaining to do. Let's go check the replay. And then just some troubles, and with a slow car on the backstretch, race officials going to go ahead and bring the caution flag out. The caution flag will fly here on lap number 75. So right at the halfway point, right after the green flag pit stops, we're going to have ourselves a caution, and that's going to bring the field to a crawl. What does the front do? What does Rochelle do? We're going to stay right here trackside at Texas Motor Speedway for the Lone Star 225 second caution of the evening. Going to fly here on lap number 75. Bring the field back up behind the pace car. What does the front of the field do here? Does Kyle Rochelle visit pit road, or does he stay out? What do you do here? And well, I think there's your answer right there. Rochelle going to bring a long train of cars down pit road with him. A handful of drivers gonna stay out. 16 of Isaac Mock gonna receive the wave around. There you can see him going around the iRacing pace car as Sean Huffstutler takes over. The top spot, drivers one lap down in the lucky dog position is that Mountain Dew machine. Can Huffstutler stay out for a wave around? We have to wait to see. We'll have to see if that's going to be the game plan. But first, we haven't had a chance to really speak about it here tonight. Just a lot of crazy great action out there on the track. We haven't really mentioned your overall point standings here in season number 6 coming into race number 9 here tonight. Let's go ahead and get those graphics on screen for you. There you can see Kyle Rochelle leading the way by 6 points over Max Fonner. Aaron Kralik right there inside of the top 5. The Tide machine has been running very well here all season long, despite not visiting victory lane. I mean, look at that. 2 drivers inside of your top 4 not going to victory lane so far this season. Great consistent runs so far for both of those drivers. But how about the big time shout out there to Ryan Ferraro, that number 12 machine inside of the top 10, knocking on the door of a handful of positions here tonight. If he can gain some positions, he can gain some points and find himself a little closer to that top 5. Daniel Miglin looking to scratch claw his way back up into the mix, a little bit behind Isaac Shelley back there in 13th right now. So things still hot and heavy through the mid portion of your point standings as we get right to the midway point in the regular season. And we're going to get right back to green flag racing. We're going to have, I believe they got the 2 to go that time around. So we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. We'll be back trackside for all your green flag action right here from Texas.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we'll rejoin trackside once again as drivers double file, ready to go back. Green flag racing, iRacing pace car lights are off. Field double file with a long train of single file back outside of your top 10. A lot of drivers electing to take the wave around. We'll see how that strategy plays out as Rochelle brings them to the restart zone and on the gas. Green flag flies. Once again, here at Texas Motor Speedway, Max Fonner doesn't get the best start, and Sinchek gonna look to keep that second position side by side through your top 10. We'll take a look here. watch this battle all unfold as the late Apex dynamic duo at the front trying to walk away from the field. 3 wide with Hunter on the bottom. 3 wide again, Kralik in the middle. Oh my goodness, Cedric Hunter forcing his way to the front. Cedric Hunter wanted it and he got it. He's going to move from 6th all the way to 3rd here on this restart. 3rd car inside lane. You can find that powder pink number 13 Ford Mustang. The Hello Kitty scheme reigning supreme here tonight. He's led a handful of laps. Can he get back to the front? He's got a fast man right behind him. We'll take a look off of the tail end of this 13 machine. Let's take a look back at the Team Watson Racing number 24 of Dalton Tucker. Tucker, one of the fastest guys out there on the track, lap after lap. And the Team Watson Racing setup number 24 Mustang looking for his way back to the point. Going to be mired back in the dirty air in the traffic right now as Sinchek going to drop a spot to not just Hunter but also to Tucker. And we'll jump back outside of the car once again, continue to watch this battle unfold. Continue to watch the battle unfold behind him. Kyle Rochelle stepping out to a 3/10 of a second advantage. Sinchek falling through the field right now. Sinchek going to drop all the way to 6th. He restarted in 2nd. Now he's back in 6th. And he's being hounded. Looking to the inside. The Obey number 25 of Brian Curry looking to take that 6th position away and send Sinchek sliding a little further through the field. Curry now down to the inside. Here comes Max Fauner. Fauner looking to waltz through the open door. The number 5. Dakota Moniz, he's right there as well. Moniz wants a little bit of the action. Now Sinchek gonna get stuck. The late Apex number 23 stuck on the high side. We'll drop that timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen for you. Let you follow along. Let you find your favorite driver here tonight in the field at Texas Motor Speedway for the Lone Star 225. We haven't been to it much here tonight, but let's go high above the track. Let's jump to the turn 3 drone cam, get you a little more action out there as Sinchek continuing his slide back in the field. Max Fauner looking to take the position away. Big run through the corner for Thomas Walter. He's going to put that 5 behind him. The 12 of Kyle the 12 of Ryan Ferraro looking to the inside. Ferraro taking the position away from Moniz for the time being. Sinchek let off the hook, but at the front, Dalton Tucker continues to show the way, but he's got some company behind him. Kyle Rochelle squirted out and out front, skated away from the field for a moment, and now Rochelle chasing after your race leader. What a great camera shot here tonight. Big shout out to Texas Motor Speedway allowing us to pilot this drone cam here tonight. Off of turn 2, we'll go sliding by the cameras and down into turn number 3. Hot and heavy action out there on the track. Race lead battle underway. A little bit of a stretch out after that behind these guys at the front. We'll run through the field for just a moment. Let's check in right around that 10th position again. Hot and heavy action. That 12 of Ryan Ferraro and Dakota Moniz continuing to go at it. Sinchek has stopped the slide backwards for the time being. And yet, almost wonder if this is a calculated move. Almost wonder if this 23 is going to come on strong late in this green flag run. Maybe trying to save a little bit of tires here for the end of this green flag run. We do believe everybody's going to have to hit pit lane once again. Last time these drivers were on pit road was back at lap number 76 under our second caution. So we've seen it about 56 laps or so on a tank of gas. So you do the math. That's going to put them short. I don't think they're going to make it to the end. So we'll wait for the green flag pit stops to get underway. Once again, now Tom Sinchek looking back to the inside of Max Fonner, and he's going to take that position away. Hunter being hounded by Kralik. Brian Curry right there in the mix. Tom Sinchek going to move back to 7th. Max Fonner in 8th. Thomas Walter and Ryan Ferraro round out your top 10. Dakota Moniz right there nipping at the heels. You're trying to get there, Ken. The Larson Line Cars.com. Number 5 of Dakota Moniz make his way into a top 10. Right around 20 laps past the halfway point here tonight, and Kyle Rochelle will move his 21 late Apex machine back to the front. It's been a heavyweight battle between these two teams all night long. The late Apex crew and the Team Watson Racing setup drivers all out there, all giving it their all, and all have led a lap here tonight. It's been pretty much a show between those two teams. Slugfest underway. Rochelle back at the point, but don't count out Dalton Tucker. Look for him to be there a little bit further into this run. I would say give him about another 3 to 4 laps, and we may see another battle for that race lead. And it's not about who's out front all the time. Let's go back to a battle just outside of your top 10. The number 99 of Bryce Cobbler. He's closed in on Dakota Moniz. That's going to be a battle for the last spot inside of the top 10. The 5 has it. The 99 wants it. Can he get there? Will he be able to take it away? Getting to a driver is one thing. Completing a pass is a complete different story. We'll see how long Cobbler can stay in the dirty air, how long the 99 can keep some grip. And it looks like he's gonna falter a little bit there and 1 and 2, give up a little bit of time to Moniz that time around. And what do you say we jump back to the top 5? Cedric Hunter running in that 4th position. The Tide 01 of Aaron Kralik hot on the trail, trying to get there, trying to get his first race win. I mean, what a night under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. Can you imagine if this Tide machine can pull off a clean win here tonight? Yeah, I did it. Yeah, did you? Never mind. If we got to point it out, then it's not as good. Anyways, we'll continue on here. Cedric Hunter, he's starting to close in on the front of the field. He's able to get up and around the number 4 Team Watson Racing setup driver of Daniel Miglin. Miglin was running in that 3rd position, rounding out your podium spots, but has given up a spot to the Hello Kitty number 13 Ford Mustang. We've got a bow tie followed by 2 Fast Fords, then another 2 Chevys. Got to go all the way back to 8th position to find your first. Oh my goodness, big moment there for the 4. He's going to come to, I don't want to say a crawl, but he's going to lose a little bit of pace. Late corner exit of turn number 4. And there goes the pin dropping off the broadcast desk. So we do apologize for that one, but nonetheless, still some hot and heavy action here as Daniel Miglin going to drop the spot to Brian Curry. Now the 25 Old Bay machine going to move into 5th. Battles inside your top 5. Battles right around that top 10 position. Let's go back, watch this one unfold. Bryce Cobbler going to take the spot away from Ryan Ferraro, who's dropped his spot. Ferraro was looking at a top 10, and he's going to lose 2 positions, and he's now going to drop back to 11th. Dakota Moniz and Bryce Cobbler both going to make their way inside of the top 10. A little bit of a struggle off of turn 2 there for Ferraro. Looking at time. Oh, big moment there for Roraro. Oh my gosh. What a catch. Oh my gosh. Did you see how loose that car was coming at it for a big, massive wiggle? And somehow Roraro was able to corral the car and keep it heading in the right direction. The iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series drivers, some of the top-notch Cup drivers out there on the simulator. iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you want to find yourself out here on the track, turning some laps, rubbing some elbows with some of the big boys in the ISCC, you just gotta look for them on Facebook. Check out the Twitter as well as right here on iRacing.com. In the league directories, you can find yourself out there mixing it up, turning in some laps with some very skilled drivers here. And now Kralik going to move to the inside and take the position away from Dalton Tucker. Tucker slowly sliding backwards now, and here comes Tom Sinchek. We told you, we thought the drop through the field may be calculated, methodical, and strategized, and here comes Sinchek deep in this green flag run, and he's slowly making his way back to the front. 0.3 of a second separate your top two drivers. Cedric Hunter starting to step away from Aaron Kralik, though in third position. Almost a 1 second advantage for Hunter over Kralik. But make no bones about it, the man inside of that late Apex number 23 machine, he's got pace. He is fast. They got the setup right. He was fastest in qualifying. Snatched that pump and dump clothing company polo award, and now Sinchek looking to get back to the point, looking to get back to the front. Now sits in the fourth position, gonna try to reel in your top three drivers, as it looks like we've got one driver to pit road. That's the Mountain Dew, number 9 of Sean Huffstutler. Huffstutler, one of those guys that took a wave around, so we should see a trickle of drivers down pit road that elected to stay out and get themselves back on the lead lap. I think it's going to backfire just a little bit here, as now Huffstutler going to fall off of the lead lap, and he's going to fall outside of the top 20. Kerry Trebu also coming off of pit road, working his way off of pit lane for what should be his final stop of the night. Trebu going to be listed in 20th, 2 laps down right now. And, man, you don't want to get caught right now. If a caution flag flew right now, that could pretty much put an end to the night for that number 7, as well as that number 9, both of them 2 laps down here after making what should be their final stop of the night. We'll head back to the front, closest panel on the track. Raging on right here between Kyle Rochelle and Cedric Hunter. Hunter, one of those guys that he kind of just lurks in the background, kind of just sneaks his way up through the field. And here we go, side by side down the backstretch for your race lead. Hunter on the bottom with Rochelle at the top. Give the advantage to the inside lane. Advantage goes to the inside lane, and the Hello Kitty number 13 Ford Mustang of Cedric Hunter goes back to the point with a big slide at a 4-4 Rochelle. Kralik gonna close in. Kralik starts to close in, unable to complete the pass just yet. He'll keep it wound up on the high side, and now down the backstretch, it looks like the 01 will take that position away and move into the second spot. He's the only driver inside of your top 6 that has yet to visit victory lane. You can see it over there on the left-hand side of your screen. All of those turn 3 arch highlighted drivers are drivers that have been to victory lane. Aaron Kralik flirting with his first win of the season. I'd like to see him in victory lane. I know he'd like to see it in victory lane. And some of the fans out there in TV land, I know you would like to see that 01 in victory lane as well. We'll see if he's got the pace late in the race to get it done. And a caution. That's going to change the game. That's going to change everything. The 05 of Brett Adams looks like he may have had some trouble possibly coming to pit road. Trying to see where it is. Do we got that one, guys? And it looks like we do. So we're going to go check the replay. And we're hearing word that the 14 of Jesse Thornick is the trouble here, and why we see ourselves under caution. Once again, we'll take a look right here. Oh, big slide and right across the nose of the 16 of Isaac Mock. And Thornick going to go around. Significant impact with that inside safer barrier. And that's going to spell some trouble for him. We'll take one more look at it here. Let's see what went down. And there it is. There's the contact. There's the contact with the inside wall, and that's going to do it. That's going to put us under caution once again here as everybody in the front of the field heading down pit road. So as we find ourselves with a little bit of a moment, we're going to step away for a brief sponsor break, pay a few bills. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here with the Lone Star 225. And back trackside after the conclusion of the pit stops. Caution number 3 underway. Pace car lights will go off. Drivers will receive wave rounds, and Cedric Hunter will bring the field back to the green flag. Hunter and Aaron Kralik gonna line up on that inside row with Sinchek right behind him. Fast guys at the top as well. Rochelle, Tucker, Curry. First 3 drivers on the top side of the racetrack. This is gonna be a barn burner to the end. Have we seen the final caution flag fly? Or will cautions breed cautions late here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star 225? Knocking on the door of about 35 laps to go here. So fuel, it's no longer an issue. Tires, may still come into play. Do any of these guys at the front, do they try to play some tire saving strategies? Or do you just nail the gas and just hammer down from here? I know what I would do. We'll have to see what they do as we roll to the restart zone once again, and on the gas, green flag flies once again here at Texas Motor Speedway in the iRacing Stock Car Cup Series. Cedric Hunter just taking off, taking advantage of the guy sleeping on the restart, man. Shot out of a cannon. Half a second advantage back down the backstretch. We'll complete the second lap after the restart this time by. So what do you say we drop that timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen? Everybody jockeying for position as Cedric Hunter begins to step away. Kyle Rochelle right there running in fourth, looking for some more. Tom Sinchek, he's in go mode at this point. He's down on the bottom of the racetrack. Going to try to slide up, not going to clear, and he's going to drag race with Kralik back to turn 3. Advantage down on the bottom. The numbers are there. Will it be enough to catapult Sinchek up and around and clear of Kralik? Yes, indeed. Kralik now going to battle with a long train of cars trying to freight train him. He's going to lose another 2, make that 3 positions down into turn 1. Dalton Tucker in the 24, he's arrived on the scene. My goodness, big slide now for Kralik as he's beginning to fall through the field. The 99 looking for a position, looking down to the inside of the racetrack. Bryce Cobbler trying to break in to the top 5 late in the going here tonight. Ooh, close off of turn number 4. These guys are floating with disaster. Flirting with disaster, going at it, fighting for positions. There you can see the 21. He's led a handful of laps. Here comes power move on the high side. Check that out. Dalton Tucker. He's just going to lay into the gas, and he's going to work the high side. Look for the pass the long way around. As Tom Sinchek, he's rooted his way to the bottom of the racetrack, back to the point for the first time in a long time. The late apex number 23 of Tom Sinchek, your Pumping Up Clothing Company Pole Award winner, gonna take the top spot back. A little bit of a crowding going on here at the front of the field. 13 gonna have to jump out of the gas for just a split second, and that's gonna blow up Curry back behind him. The Old Bay sponsor number 25 of Brian Curry had to jump out of the gas, and he's gonna lose the fight there to Cedric Hunter. Dalton Tucker still trying to make that high side work, and look at him motor. Boy, big run out of turn 2 for that 24, and he's going right back to the high side. Right back to the high side, looking for the race lead once again. A little bit of a wiggle through 4. Can he do it? And he's going to get it done on the high side. The Team Watson Racing setup driver going to move to first, and he's going to bring Daniel Miglin right on along. Look at this, flexing their muscles late in the race on the high side, making passes. Miglin going to move to second. Here comes Rochelle on the high side. Late apex teammates going at it through 3 and 4, battling for the final spot in the podium, knocking on the door of just 31 laps remaining here tonight in the Lone Star 225 150 laps, the official scheduled distance. We've got 31 to go. We've got battles amongst teammates. We've got battles back in the field. Let's go back here. Let's take a look at Aaron Kralik, Dakota Moniz, and Max Fonner, all going at it for a position inside of the top 10. How about this 04 of Matthew Johnson? First time tonight, he's making an appearance. He wants his way inside the top 10. He's up 8 positions from where he qualified, running in the 11th position, and here he goes. He's seen a handful of drivers move to the high side. It's not going to pan out for him. He's going to lose a little bit of ground to Max Fonner that time by as we head back to the front once again. Let's take a look at this battle between Cedric Hunter and Brian Curry. Hunter brought the field to the green flag, has faltered and fell outside of your top three. Now sitting in fourth with the 25 all over him. He's going to take a shallow entry, and that should allow that 25 to lay down the power on the high side and take that position away. And just like that, there it is. There you have it. The 25 going to edge in front. He'll have the advantage, but he won't have the preferred line down into turn three. And Hunter going to be a good sportsman about it. And he's going to give the position here to that 25. Brian Curry going to take over the forward spot and try to track down Kyle Rochelle, as Rochelle and Tucker going at it. Miglin right there separating those two drivers at the front of the field. Big slip up through. Oh boy. Big slip up there for Curry in the, oh my gosh. We got problems. We got big problems here. Daniel Miglin with a big slide back through the field. Oh my goodness. Man, they crashed about 17 times right there. They just didn't have a wreck. I'm telling you. Wow. From inside your top three all the way to 15th. Big stack up through the field. Everybody checking up. Everybody taking evasive actions, and a big shout out to all of the drivers behind the wheel, man. That happened quick, it happened fast, and they all kept themselves clean and clear. Job well done, drivers. Wow. That has allowed this 24 of Dalton Tucker to step away. A 1.6 second advantage now over the 99 of Bryce Cobbler sitting in that second spot. Cedric Hunter, another 2/10 back, sitting in third. Aaron Kralik, Kyle Rochelle round out your top five here at Texas Motor Speedway. As we cross the line, we'll have just 25 to go here in the Lone Star 225, 200 miles in the books. Another 25 left in front of us. Man, what a night, what a race, big time action. Let's go back here right around that top five spot. Let's go check out Aaron Kralik, Kyle Rochelle trying to track down Cedric Hunter. There you can see the Hello Kitty Ford Mustang scratching, fighting, clawing his way into a podium spot. Yeah, I think we had I think we had more than a few brown pants moments there. I think that was most of the field. Our good buddy E.T. the Alien checking in with us out there in the chat. Good to see you, Elijah, out there checking things out here with the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series right here on Thursday night with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Elijah, one of the drivers from one of the many different leagues covered and sponsored here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. So a big shout out to everybody over there with Elijah and his good group of racing drivers as well. Glad you could join us, and glad you could watch some great racing action here at Texas Motor Speedway. And you know, I'm going to go to a sleeper. Let's go up here. Let's take a look at this 99. When we headed to the track tonight, I don't care who you are, unless you're on that team, unless you're on the 99 team, there's no way you had them on your list. Somewhat of a misnomer, an unknown driver, really not making a lot of splashes so far this season. And Bryce Cobbler, he has shown up and capitalized when he needed to, picked up the pieces, and now he's sitting in second with just about 20 laps to go. Next time around, only 20 laps will remain in tonight's Lone Star 225. And going from virtually unknown to a household name in just one night, Ken Cobbler tracked down Dalton Tucker. Can Tucker finally give us our first back-to-back race-winning performances from a driver There's a lot on the line. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot of playoff points that may be handed out here tonight. So a lot on the line. Don't get it twisted. We still got some time in the regular season, but these race wins will be important come championship time, and building momentum, peaking at the right time. Dalton Tucker, he's had a handful of rough races, but he's had a handful of consistent finishes as well. Coming into tonight's race, sitting inside of the top 5 of the overall point standings, just 11 points out of your overall points lead, and if he can walk away with a race win here tonight, that's going to give him a big shot on the arm and look to see him inside of your top 3 after tonight. If things should finish the way they are right here, Tucker will make up quite a bit of points. Very close battle here for that third and final podium spot. Aaron Kralik trying to make the pass, just not able to get anywhere just yet with Cedric Hunter. Gosh, great racing action right here for third and fourth. Great racing action from fifth, sixth, seventh. All right here, throw a blanket over them. You've got Kyle Rochelle, Dakota Camper, Brian Curry, Thomas Walter, and Ryan Ferraro. Oh, big moment there for Ferraro. Left side tires down there on the apron. You don't want to do that. You don't want to park it there because 9 times out of 10, after a bobble on the bottom from that yellow line in the off camber that it gets you in right there, usually that can spell trouble and end the night. As now down to the bottom of the racetrack looks Kyle Rochelle. He'll look to take a position away from the 25 of Brian Curry. We'll have 15 to go. Next time by, Dalton Tucker's advantage has went away. Bryce Cobbler closing in, and here we go. Battle at the front, your top 4 mixing it up. $15 to go, and it all comes down to this as drivers head off into turn number 3. Everybody chasing after your race leader, Dalton Tucker. Bryce Cobbler right there running in second. He's got Cedric Hunter all over him. Aaron Kralik trying to keep pace, trying to hold on right here, trying to sniff a little bit of the draft as the drivers head through turn 1, coming right at you. Beautiful camera shot here off of the corner exit of turn number 2, back down the backstretch. We roll. Everybody continues to chase Dalton Tucker back into turn number 3 once again. And man, I'm telling you, race fans, this is going to get good. This is going to get interesting. We've got less than 15 to go, 13 when we cross the line. This time by Dalton Tucker showing the way, and what is he willing to do to become the first driver to visit victory lane back-to-back weeks here in season number 6. I know what I would do, but what would he do? What would you do? I don't know. I really don't know enough about the driver inside of that 99. Unfortunately, there, Elijah, to be able to answer that question, but it looks like we're going to find out soon enough. Dropping 2 spots from second, now back to 4th goes Bryce Cobbler. Cobbler going to end up losing a little bit of ground here, but could it be a calculated move? Maybe follow, almost into the outside wall. Could he be falling back for a couple laps here to make one final big charge to the front? Draft in these cars can be pretty substantial, can be pretty big in these new Cup cars. So maybe dropping back, trying to get a little bit of a run and a little bit of a go at it with just maybe a lap or 2 to try to take that position away. None relenting at the front, though. Looking to the inside, the Ford Mustang Hello Kitty machine of Cedric Hunter looking to take that second position away all over the rear deck lid. He'll look to the inside. Not going to have enough room. Close the door through The center of the corner was the 24 of Dalton Tucker, and Cedric Hunter going to have to try it one more time. At a turn number 2, pinch down on the bottom, and here comes Cedric Hunter. Hunter looking for the race lead. He'll slide down the bottom, and he'll take and secure the top spot. Now side by side for second and third. Kralik on the, and Dalton Tucker. We're going to have contact, and Tucker going to be the victim of that one. He's going to get turned into the outside wall. My goodness, there you can see him still backwards. A little bit of a Tom Cruise moment here going on. Looks like we've got some Days of Thunder action out there on the track late in the going. This is going to, this is going to get interesting. I think this is going to get very interesting. Let's go back. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. Let's see how it went down. And there you can see fighting for real estate off of turn 4. Looked like Kralik got a little bit loose, came down the track just a little bit and into the 24. And that's going to spell some trouble now for Tucker. He's going to have a hard fight on his hands. We'll go high above the track, and there it is once again, from the turn 3 drone cam. And just fighting for real estate late in the race, and contacting the 24 of Tucker. Gonna have trouble, and he's gonna go around, and that's gonna put a lot of drivers onto pit lane. There's Cedric Hunter leading the field to their pit boxes. Man, I don't even know. Final set of tires going to go on the cars here. So everybody inside of your top 14 will be on the same tire strategy. Will they be on the same fuel strategy? And it looks like we do have a strategy play. How about Ryan Ferraro? He's going to win the race off of pit road, and he'll have the race lead for the first time tonight. That's going to give us yet another new race leader here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star 225. Ryan Ferraro going to take the top spot. Cedric Hunter going to line up right beside him. Aaron Kralik and Bryce Comber round out road 2. Brian Curry and Dakota Camper back in road number 3 for your late restart. So a late restart on our hands here. We've got a handful of drivers inside of your top 6. 4 out of your top 6 have not been to victory lane. What would you do to get a checkered flag? I'll tell you what I would do. I'm just gonna send it. I mean, we're down to the nitty gritty here. Call me what you want. We can argue after the fact. As long as I get that checkered flag, my feelings ain't going to get hurt. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who has that gotta mentality. We won't call it the Mamba mentality, but who's got the gotta have it mentality. At this point in time, you gotta do what you can. I mean, if you see any opening whatsoever, you're going to have to take it. We've seen it time and time again in these machines that if that window opens, you better make the move, you better make the run, because it may not ever get back there. You may find yourself sliding through the field. And speaking of sliding, we'll see how well this 12 of Ryan Ferraro goes about it on the restart. Will we have any slipping of the tires? Will we have some tire spin at the front? Will it stack up the field and give us a quick caution, or will we keep it green to the end? I mean, 50-50 toss-up, right? I mean, I'm thinking we're going to go green flag to the end of this thing. I know a handful of drivers out there that would probably like to see it go all the way to the end. Green flag as well. A handful of drivers might be looking for a little bit of slowdown. Dalton Tucker in the 24 after an amazing, dominating, fast car. I say dominating. he may not have the most laps led here tonight inside that Team Watson Racing number 24 Ford Mustang, but he's had the fastest car. He's probably made the most passes here tonight. May not have the most positions gained, but he's probably passed close to 60 cars. Made 60 passes here tonight. I mean, from the front to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front, now to the back once again. And he's going to be on pit road, it looks like, for an extended stay. Crew still down there working on that machine as the pace car lights are off. We're ready to drop the hammer once again. We're going to have a 5-lap shootout to decide tonight's Lone Star 225 race winner. Can Ryan Ferraro pull it off? Can he get to victory lane? Looks to be your top 12 all double file, waiting for Ferraro to nail the loud pedal on the gas, and green flag flies once again here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. Big move by Cedric Hunter. He's going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack right in front of that 01 of Kralik. Kralik all over him here as the 99 goes up the racetrack. Kralik going to cover him off down the backstretch. Here comes a big run by Cedric Hunter. Hunter with a big run. He'll look to the outside power move. Will it stick? Not just yet. Ferraro going to keep the top spot off of turn number 4, and we'll have 4 to go this time by. Ooh, down into the corner. He's going to let it eat. Down into the corner, and that's going to open up the door 3 wide for the race lead off of turn number 2. We're going to head 3 wide down to turn 3. They'll sort it out 2 wide. Hunter on the bottom with Ferraro at the top. Kralik right there looking for second place now. And here comes the 99. Another 3 wide situation with 3 to go. More contact. Kralik into the 99. Curry at the top. Liking what he's seeing at the front. Oh, Brian Curry into the outside wall. That's going to slow Tom Sinchek up just a little bit. Sinchek going to have to check up at the top of the racetrack. You're pumping up. Clothing Company Pole Award winner going to be mired back in traffic with popsicle sticks on display. Race leader Cedric Hunter gives the field 2 to go. 2 laps to go, and we've got a battle for your top spot. Second and third going at it, trying to chase down Cedric Hunter. Will Hunter be able to capture his 3rd victory of the season off of 4? White flag flies. Final lap here tonight from the Lone Star State in the Lone Star 225, the KL Customs final lap. White flag will fly off of turn number 2 down the backstretch for the final time. Everybody chasing your race leader, Cedric Hunter. Hunter down into 3 through the center. Now just 1 more corner to go. Looking to capture his 3rd checkered flag of the year, and he's going to do so off of the corner through the tri-oval. And Cedric Hunter walks away with his 3rd checkered flag of the season. Great run there by Bryce Cobbler, as well as Ryan Ferraro rounding out the podium. Aaron Kralik right there, not too far behind. Man, what a great battle. Man, what a night of racing here from Texas Motor Speedway. And, well, we can openly admit it now. We didn't have the right pick for the race winner, but we finished inside the top 5. Aaron Kralik in that 01 Tide machine. He's going to hit victory lane, I promise you. He's going to get there soon. And here we go on the front stretch. We're going to have a little bit of a smoke show. And There he is, burning it down for the fans in the stands. Sold out packed house here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway to watch the Hello Kitty Ford Mustang 13 machine of Cedric Hunter park it in victory lane once again. The Ottawa, Ontario native. We gotta get his third win of the season. And we're going to step away and get things ready to go for your post-race interviews. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your post-race here from Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star 225. And back trackside for the post-race show. If you needed any reason to tune in to Thursday night racing action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, these iRacing Stunt Car Challenge Cup Series drivers just provided you with the reason, with the answer. What a finish here tonight. Short shootout, 5 laps remaining, and what a run to the end it was. And I tell you what, why don't we jump right into it? Why don't we get things kicked off and started up here in the post-race show? Let's see if we can't talk to the man that walked away in third here tonight inside of that number 12 machine. Ryan, it's Dave. You got us?
Yes, sir. I got you. How you doing?
I'm doing great, my man. How you feeling after a solid third place run here tonight? And well, we're gonna get right into it. How about that tire strategy at the end, man? What made you think it was gonna work as well as it did?
To be honest, I wasn't really planning on it working that well. I was either afraid I was going to wash up and push up into two, or I was going to come around and over rotate it out of two. I really was afraid that it would not work. Going for the strategy, as soon as the caution came out, I thought to be different and try something. Like, this is my last race. I'm going balls to the walls. Like, it doesn't matter. I want to get to the front and have a shot to win it. And I did what I could. Cedric so fast and trying to hold him off. I don't think I could have done it on new tires, but glad I was able to at least have the chance and give myself the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the opportunity was right there, and you almost capitalized on it. Now, you just mentioned on your last race with us here, you're not coming back.
Unfortunately, my work schedule is changing, so I won't be able to race on Thursday nights because I will be at work. So hopefully my schedule will change in the future, and I'll be able to come back and race with these guys. This is probably my favorite league.
Well, I mean, I don't know what company you work for, and you don't have to tell us, but there's always the Great Turn 3 Racing Network on YouTube you can check out at work and still keep up with these guys. Just saying.
Absolutely, every week. I like to watch it every week. So you put on a very good broadcast. I'm glad to have you on with us, and it's been a fun run. 6 seasons with this league. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to come back anytime I can.
Well, Ryan, I want to say, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk to you again maybe for a while, but fortunately enough for you, you were able to step away or walk off, if you will, with a fine run here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway in Lone Star 225, walking away third. Gave yourself an opportunity for the race win. But before we let you go here tonight and kind of walk around pit road and talk to some of your fellow drivers, before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Absolutely. I got to thank North Star Design, Thomas Walter, for the beautiful paint scheme that he made for me. Chaotic K9, that's my friend's dog business for training. She does a lot of stuff, and I like to represent her any chance I get. The admins for putting on this league, you for coming on and putting on the broadcast every week, Track Racer, all our sponsors that come up on board, and we're just appreciative of any of the guys who come out and race. And it's been a fun season. I got to thank everyone I ever raced with in this league. I'm glad that I'm able to end it on a high note, and I want to come back and hopefully run for a championship. I'm sad to go.
Well, Ryan, again, my man, congratulations on a great run tonight. It's been a pleasure catching up with you over the past 2 seasons. We hope to see you back on track soon. I know work always comes first, but hopefully we can get things worked out with your work schedule and get you back here working on track. What do you say?
Absolutely. I'd love to come back.
All right, my man. Well, until then, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll catch up with you as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. A little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say tear-jerking moment, but a little bittersweet moment here for Ryan Ferraro. We're going to be missing the rest of the season due to real-life work schedules and things of that nature, but gave himself an opportunity and a shot at the end of tonight's race. A 2-tire strategy almost paid off. Ferraro almost hit the walk-off home run. Do you like that? The World Series going on right now, huh? No, anyways. Gave himself the opportunity, and what more can you ask for at the end of a race and at the end of your season, but to give yourself the opportunity to walk away with a visit to Victory Lane. Unfortunately, the Virginia Beach native going to come up just short after leading a handful of laps. Ryan Ferraro will finish tonight's race in third, and we will be looking forward to catching back up with Ryan once he can rejoin us. And that's going to move us right along in the running order, right along to a fresh face for the first time here in the post-race interviews. Let's see if we can't catch up with that 99 of Bryce Kobler. See, I got it right that time.
Yeah, everybody gets my last name wrong. They just mess up. They add an extra P half the time, and it's not there.
Well, we won't keep it there anymore. We can promise you that. But we got a Virginia theme going here. Our good buddy Ferraro finished out his race in third. He's from Virginia Beach. You're from Meadowview. So is it a Virginia thing doing well here in Texas?
I guess it must be. I mean, pretty far away from the state, but it seems like two Virginia guys. They must have. I think me and him kind of found something towards the end of that race that we just kind of really latched onto, and we kept it. And I had to learn through the race, that's for sure.
Well, there were a lot of great racing moments throughout tonight's race. You methodically made your way towards the front, and once you were there, you kind of hung out there for the rest of the night. Looking back now, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but a two-tire strategy from the 12 crew. Do you think if you had that final pit stop to redo, you think you may have changed your strategy and went with 2 instead of 4?
I think with the 12, I think it really would have depended on where I would have restarted. The top lane would burn off your tires. The bottom lane was pretty good, but it was more tire saving. But I think if I could have gotten around the 12, like when I did, I still would have went with 4 because he was having to lift just a little bit more, and I was able to kind of keep it full throttle and go in the top lane like I wanted to. So I think I would have still taken 4 tires at the end of the race.
Yeah, I know. Myself, give me 4 fresh. I don't care if it's a 2-lap shootout. I want the fresh tires. I want all 4 of them. Give me 8 if you got them. I mean, that's just me, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a great race here tonight. We've got 2 weeks before the holiday break. Over the course of these final 6 events before the postseason starts, is there any particular track that you got your eyeball on that maybe you've already circled on the calendar that, this is one that we've got a real shot at?
So this is actually my first race here, and one track that I love is Darlington, but that's gone out of the whole season. But looking at the schedule, one track that I'm definitely looking at is either Dover or Talladega. I do a lot of broadcasting for my own channel. So I've watched so many super speedway stuff that I've run pretty well just from learning and watching people do there. So I think Talladega have a pretty good shot. It's really just avoiding the carnage. And Dover is definitely a track that I kind of take a liking to, especially coming off of the Exit 2. I can really handle the car, and I can really learn to save my tires. I know one that I'm definitely not looking forward to is these 2 road course tracks. That's the one that I'm worried about. But I think that Dover and Talladega are the tracks that I've got my eyes marked on. Maybe Michigan here and there.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and circle them on our calendar and put a little BC next to them and see if we can't have the opportunity to talk to you in these post-race interviews and some of those events. But Bryce, nonetheless, man, congratulations on a great run here tonight. Had some support out there on the chat side, on the YouTube side of things. So a big day for not just your team, but for the fans as well. So before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at your shop?
Definitely. I think hopefully my dad was watching. I sent it to him. The guys at TWR, I know there's some TWR paint schemes out there. I'm a part of their team, also not in this league. I run mainly the A Open stuff, so I'm shout out to them if they were watching, if they're watching it back in the race. Really, I guess Emery Henry, that's the sponsor that I have on this car, State Express 555. I have a car that's actually just made for this race. That's a throwback to Colin McRae in his dirt early days. I kind of had Iron Horse liveries, give him one also. He made this paint, very good at it, but it kind of incorporated Emery Henry's colors and the State Express 555 on the side. So I think that would really be all that I have to shout out. And of course to Chevy for giving me a car that was pretty durable. I thought when I made contact with that 01, I was going to go through the grass for sure.
Yeah, you were fortunate enough to keep it headed in the right direction and keep it up near the front and walk away with a great finish here in your debut race. And we look forward to trying to catch up with you in some of these post-race interviews as we continue out the rest of the season. So once again, Bryce, congratulations with second. And until next time, stay safe and keep it fast.
I will. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Bryce Kobler in that 99 machine, the Meadowview, Virginia native. Walking away with a great finish in his debut. He'll walk away second, had a chance for the race win. Just going to come up a little bit short, and we'll visit the man pretty in pink. Walking away, giving the field some cat scratch fever once again. Third win on the season. Cedric, man, you gotta be feeling good.
Yeah, man, it always feels good to win. Tonight the car drove a lot tougher than I thought it would. I didn't really put down too much practice because my assumption on Texas as well. It's a pretty terrible track, and figured it was going to be really tight, and it kind of went the complete opposite direction on me. The first half of the race was really just a learning experience and getting to learn how the car drives. Made the adjustments necessary. I felt like I had really good pace and race winning pace, I guess, in the second half of the race, and the caution came out at the end. So, nail biter. My short run pace normally isn't the best. I mean, even at the end, I think it wasn't the best out of the guys that were out there, but we managed to have the track position, hold on to get ourselves our 3 out of 3 wins this season. So
Yeah, I mean, it seems like every time you get to the track and every time you do unload, you seem to be one of the fastest drivers out there, and you've been knocking it out of the park each time you do show up. You're the only driver in the league to win multiple times this season. So, how's that make you feel knowing that when you do show up, you tend to show out?
it feels pretty good. It's not something that I get to experience necessarily too often, and considering we have a lot of guys in the league that have some really good pace, it feels good to be able to to win the race versus them on a nightly basis whenever we do show up. So hopefully we keep the streak going. But for now, I guess all I could do is cross my fingers and hope. So um, next week, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're heading into Auto Club or Atlanta or one of the AA tracks. So should be interesting. If I even do show up, if I don't have anything going on, then I will show up. Unfortunately, for myself, I'm only kind of racing part time in this league since I'm expecting a child basically at the end of the season. So even if I do get to the championship four, I probably won't be able to race it anyway. So um, we'll see how it goes. But for now, we'll just keep winning. Hopefully, every time we show up.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, but to show up and go to victory lane and almost do it every time you do show up to the track. We do want to wish you well with the upcoming child. I know becoming a father is a a big thing, so I've enjoyed it. I've got two of them myself. They're a handful from time to time, but no more than most things in life can be a handful from time to time, and you seem to be able to work well under pressure. You've proven that here in the race cars this season. So, Cedric, again, congratulations on your third checkered flag of the season. Before we let you go, though, and celebrate, you know the drill. Mike's yours.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I want to give a huge shout out to all the admins and drivers and everybody that makes the racing here possible. I want to thank you, Dave, as well for doing what you do, and all the fans out there that tune in. Um, I want to give a shout out, I guess, to the other podium finishers. I know we had some different strategies, and I think Bryce, I've ran with him in previous leagues, and he always has shown good pace. But tonight, I think in the first half of the race, I didn't really see him too much. Um, he was telling me that he was trying out some different strategies and was playing a lot of catch up. And I mean, you saw it at the end when he actually did get up front. He was, he had the pace to stay up there. So good job to him. And the two tire strategy from Ferraro there to finish third. Nice job to him. I wasn't expecting it to work as well as it did. So, um, it's nice to see him in the top three as well. Uh, and to Tom Suncheck and Kyle Rochelle also for just keeping me company and helping each other out throughout the race and stuff like that. So their help's always appreciated. Um, and yeah, I look forward to racing here in future races.
All right, well, Cedric, again, congratulations on your third win of the season. I know there's going to be some more to come once you do hit the track again. So until then, my man, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll catch up with you trackside.
Sounds good, man. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Unloading trackside for the third time, and he's going to walk away 3 of 3. Checkered flag in hand once again for that 13 Hello Kitty machine of the Cedric Hunter, the Ontario, the Canada native, bringing home the checkered flag to Ottawa once again. And man, what a race, what a night here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. I don't think the racing action can get much better than that, much cleaner than that. We only had 3 cautions here tonight. At 150 laps, that is a huge accomplishment, not just for this league, but for any league. I mean, job well done. Lights out pace by everybody there tonight. Some great race strategies towards the end and towards the middle of the night. And we were treated to an absolute great race. And it seems like the producer's already hitting those buttons in the background, so you know the sounds. You know, it's time for us to run down your unofficial race results in the Lone Star 225, taking the checkered flag at the top spot once again, and that Hello Kitty 13, Cedric Hunter, walks away in first. Debut night in that 99, Bryce Kobler gonna finish in second. He'll be joined by his Virginia native, Ryan Ferraro, gonna finish out your podium drivers here tonight in the Lone Star 225 from Texas Motor Speedway. Aaron Kratlick back and forth with Brian Curry in 5th. Sliding home in 6th, the 23 of Tom Sinchek. Dakota Kemper gonna park his number 3 back in 7th. Kyle Rochelle in 8th, with Dakota Moniz back in 9th. 10th place belongs to the Team Watson Racing number 4 of Daniel Miglin. Isaac Mock Thomas Walter back in 12th. 13th place to Brett Adams. Jesse Thornick gonna park the 14 in 14th, with the North Star Designs 17 of Adam Westfield coming home in 15th. Kerry Trebu back in 16th, with Sean Huffstutler walking away from the track in 17th. Matt Jorgensen in the 6th. Going to finish out in 18th, 19th tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. The 24 of Dalton Tucker has late race contact in trouble, and that's going to drop him deep in the field, all the way back to 19th. Matthew Johnson, Max Bonner, Dakota Wilson, and Brandon Adams rounds out your 23-car field here tonight for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series in the Lone Star 225 from Texas Motor Speedway. What a night, what a run. Get ready. We're going to be coming at you at Auto Club next week. Some great racing action coming up on the West Coast for you. If you haven't already, race fans, you know what to do. You know how to do it. Join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers that love and drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So until then, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.